So now I'm going to add my Office 365 email account as one of my email integrations options. So to do that, you're going to come over here to Controls, Settings, Integration, and Email. When you click on Email, you're going to come in here and hit this button, Add Email Integration. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And this is where you're going to put in the actual email address that you're using for Office 365. So in this case, I'm going to do Bruce. And then type is going to be Outlook. So walk through the additional types. I have individual videos for each one of these. At this case, I'm going to select Outlook, which is going to be your Office 365 account. And then workspaces. If you're using workspaces and you want to organize your email accounts and have them separate, make sure you apply that to that workspace. If you don't apply it to the workspace, then it will be a global account that you can use freely throughout the system. So I'm going to go ahead and select Wayne Industries and hit apply or add. Now you'll see that the type is Outlook. I can then come into the email account by clicking on the email username here or clicking on the edit icon. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. And so now, just like before, you have these settings for your email signature, but the only other settings you have over here is the Sign the Workspace and Authenticate Outlook. So your first step is you're going to click this Authenticate Outlook. Now one thing, if you're like me, I have multiple email accounts with Office 365. The best thing to do is log out of all of them, from whatever browser you're in. Because what will happen is if you're already logged in, it'll send you to the authentication page, and you may not realize what account you're on, so you may hook up a different email account to this email account. So when you're sending email, even though it's showing that it's Bruce at WayneIndustries.live, he may be sending it from Alfred at WayneIndustries.live, because whatever you're authenticating is your actual username, and then what system we're sending out of is actually showing the email account. So make sure you're logged out of Office 365 or Outlook 365 before you click this button. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and this is going to require me to sign in. So I was already signed in prior to this, but you'll go ahead and it'll ask you to sign in and approve it. Now I'm Outlook authenticated, so we are all set. If this is your first time going through this without being authenticated, it'll just ask you for the permissions, select those permissions, and then it'll do exactly what we just did here. It'll bring you right back to your spot, and you're authenticated here, and you're good to go to send mail from Office 365.